Welcome to what promises to be a scintillating edition of Off the Cuff, or OTC. And our guest today, I can use words for him which maybe other people cannot. India's youngest, richest badmash. Vijay Shekhar Sharma of Paytm. And I can say things to you not just because I I outrank you in age, but at some point you also sort of walked in and out of my newsroom.
Yeah.
A long time back at the Express.
Yes.
Tell us the story.
Well, I think most of people know me for Paytm, which is like a 3-4 year story. Actually, Paytm itself is a 5-year story. Earlier in Avatar, when I came out of college, it is 1998 Delhi College of Engineering, and I wanted to build internet business in those days too. And the first thing we did was content management system for publishers. So our customers used to be your publisher and some other magazine publishers and so on and so forth. And in those days, the business model was selling this content CMS. So I understand the terms called headline, blurb, and news, and how the blurb is not good coming out, and then posting things online. I actually was part of one incredible election in this country had, which was Bajpayee election that time. And I saw the rush of even psephologists in the room and so on. So yes, I sort of have an old relationship being a technology provider in this. I just want to tell you all guys how intelligent are tech people, how technologically savvy these media people would be in that age. Today they are running and building technology-led media businesses themselves. There was a break, and this was a live TV coverage for election coverage, and 300 seats for dash dash and this for dash dash, and go, your system is not working. As soon as the the camera blocks, you are supposed to go in. So my teammate goes, and this gentleman who is on the panel, he says, so where is this gone? I can't see it. And he says, it's here. He says, and I can't see it. Then he clicks, the minimize window opens, and he says, this one, is it? Yeah, why did it not show up? so there was a day and age when senior media executive could be assumed to not know that the windows got minimized and it is there.
They still don't. It's just the technology has become much simpler. Vijay, we have this hall is so full and packed, and we have standees. Last time we had such a situation was 2 more situations, one with Amitabh Bachchan, one with the Dalai Lama, and third time it's for me, obviously, right?
Wow.
So you have a fan following in Bombay. They've all come to listen to your story.
I want to tell you, I mean, this is the no bullshit city. It understands who makes money, who doesn't make money, correct? And and I just want to tell you, I mean, I in my history, if history books write a chapter, then they should be going, everybody who put money on this guy did not make some money. He made ton of money, and I can tell you, everybody who has ever put any money in our company, I saw newspapers that they have made thousands of %. Hopefully, they become normalized and become hundreds of %, if at a very large level. But I look forward to being known as the person in Bombay, boss, उस पे पैसा लगा दो, पैसा तो जरूर बनेगा.
पैसा जरूर बनेगा. हो जाए.
उसके बैंक में पैसा डाल दो, पैसा तो जरूर मिलेगा और बनेगा.
So tell them a little bit about your story. I mean, how did this idea come up, and how did this evolve briefly? You tell your story briefly, I know.
Yeah, I think, let's remember it. Right now, when I came upstairs on this seat, I couldn't like my wallet in my pocket, and I just gave it to a friend here. And that is the truest.
Not to me, not to me.
No. It's just a wallet. It has some cards, and a phone is with me. So the reason that I do not like is because I actually am no periphery, no strings attached person, literally, and nothing as a accessory either person. So in that sequence of things, I would lose my wallet in a lounge and go US and land in US to say I don't have anything, and I'll call my friend to log into Uber and do whatever else. So effectively, I wanted my life to become digital savvy, that in this country, why aren't we able to, every pocket has a phone, every pocket has this money. Why can't these two things marry? If emails, if photo, if messaging, everything has landed on the smartphone, why can't money come on this? So we literally took the product name in the business, which is called Pay Through Mobile, and that is exactly how we call it Paytm, and that is exactly how the pointer started. Now, the truest eureka movement of Paytm is when an offline small shop has this QR code, which is a badge of honor he wants to put it. अगर वो अदरक और धनिये और मिर्च के बीच में वो रखता है उसको बीच में, वो उसका proudest moment of the day होना चाहिए, और वो बिल्कुल ऐसे हमारे पास बहुत beautiful photos हैं, and that is what I like about our product, and that is a eureka moment actually. I was in China, and where Alipay has this product which so there was a long queue, and in the superstore, so morning typical coffee, imagine a 7-Eleven, and it was 7-Eleven just in case, so you, whatever the 7-Eleven local partner is, so this queue is, and people were nearly reaching there by opening their phone, so they said this is what it is and this is the phone, she'll scan, and so she'll just do this, scan and say this, and I was seeing this checkout at a pace which is like a couple of milliseconds and it is done. Now, when I came, I saw this, I scanned, I want each one of you to know this, what some features that we will do, because this is the moment of truth coming. I scanned, and I saw quickly, I had a notification that the payment has been done, and I had an invoice in my phone app. Actually, we have not been able to integrate invoice in this country, but I want to tell you that we will integrate invoice visually. I had invoice in my phone, and I looked at her, and she was like, what's the problem, man? Why are you standing here? And then I came out. Now, the problem in this mathematics was that she, as a retailer, had a technology investment in a scanner and a computer and an internet connection. Consumer obviously had a static thing called QR code. Now, my eureka moment was, this all could happen in India, except that not every shop will have a capability to buy computer or internet. So we just 180-degree it. So many times your inspiration is other way around on the road when you were going other way around, this way around. That is what happened to us. So we said, now consumers have internet connection, maybe shopkeepers don't. So that is why we made the shopkeepers static QR code and consumers scan them. And I think that is, I truly believe, is something new and unique, not just in Asia, but also in Western country. And I believe this is one of those things that people talk India innovation thing.
So tell them something about your first meetings with Jack Ma and Mas. That's what they want to know, because they want to meet them and ask them the same questions, so they get them to put their money on them.
Okay, okay. So
Both with Jack Ma and Masa.
Masa-san. Okay, so I want to between them tell you that first of all, 3:45 p.m. I have a meeting at 4:30. I'm in this Sheraton in the city where Jack's office is, Jack Ma's office, which is called Hangzhou, and I'm sitting next to Mark Schwartz. Mark Schwartz is Asia chairman of Goldman in that day, and another gentleman with whom I'm there, who said that I'll make, so few days before, the conversation was, I think you should meet Jack Ma. Yeah, I should meet Jack Ma. Have you met Jack Ma? No. So I think I'll make you meet Jack Ma. Yeah, please make me meet Jack Ma. This was the gentleman who was running my fund called SAF Partners in China. So SAF India took me to China, to Hong Kong as a star investment and to their LPs. And there the gentleman of China asked me to do. So the meeting outside. Now what I'm telling you in this moment is, well, everybody, I mean, they were talking about Masa, they were talking about Jack, they were talking about a couple of other people. Basically, $100 billion वाले लोगों की बातें हो रही थी वहाँ पे on the table. And I just want to tell you, I was listening. Believe me or not, I mean, it was a surreal moment for me to know they nearly had same level of concerns that people like us, you and me, of 100 rupee or 1000 rupee auqat will carry.
We are not in the same bracket at all.
But I actually have as much amount of cash that you will have.
But so, that's why they have the billions, no? Because they take their money seriously.
They never take their money seriously. So the conversation was that, and then I landed in that place in their office, in Alibaba's office, and I want to tell you that I was given 3 instructions. One was that, remember, I have a history, I'm sure a lot of you might have read that I've come from a background which necessarily is not that I should be in that meeting at that talking point. And I mean, this itself is an incredible movement. And this is my first selfie, by the way. After that, I continue to take many more. So first, I was told that you should narrate your history because I think they will associate. So if you're meeting an investor and if you know anecdote about anything about the investor, you should resonate with that because people like the people of the kind they are.
So,
you know?
so what was common between Jack Ma and your history in Aligarh?
Well, I want to tell you this. Jack Ma picked up newspapers from press, put them on cycle, took them to the railway station, and that was earning his bread and butter. And in my age and time, I nearly did the same. I actually went to places. The lady who was running Washington Post in that age, I will go her home, set up internet connection, and stand, and she'll say, how much? I'll say, anything, ma'am, and she'll give me 200 rupees. And that will be my 2 weeks' income. So I went through nearly the same movement when even a cup of tea is a perk, cup of toothpick is like, wow, I had a day, and this is winter. I mean, for long term, I did not have a car, by the way. I used to walk because I did not even have money to take buses. So this kind of rough and tough situations, and I don't want to glorify much about it, but saying that Jack also had nearly the same thing.
So what did Jack Ma say when he said, I'll back you?
By the way, I mean, I just want to tell all of you that I did not believe that I'll get money, because this is unreal to believe that you are here to raise money and will get raised. So when, after my light and sound show, I used to call them light and sound show because you have to put action, passion, emotion, and drama, all sorts of things. So,
and PowerPoints or not?
No PowerPoint.
No
emotion, no action, passion comes out of a PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a normalization.
That's a memorable line.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at PowerPoint and talking, you're not talking your passion, actually. That's a rule. In that conversation, so after my pitch, which I call light and sound show, Jack started to talk. He said that, look, I always told my team that if we want to come to India, we should choose an entrepreneur as a way to enter India, and we should probably back him for the thing that he's doing. I did not believe that we should do partnership. It'll be incredible if Dash and Dash start to invest in you and this and this. He basically started to make a pitch that he should invest. Now, a person from India who was stuck because he was seeing these people in person, I have an audio voice recording of it, because I want to tell my team, दोस्तों, मैं वहाँ पे जाके अपना काम सही करके आया, बाकी जो हुआ वो बाकी सबके ऊपर, देखो ये pitch आई थी जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि मैं invest करना चाहता हूँ. So I wanted to earn that secret back, and I wanted to play it back to the team. Look, here is what is happening. So I think that is the conversation that completed there. Now, another interesting meeting, I'll just quickly take this to Masa's meeting. Rarely they will...
This is Masayoshi Son of SoftBank.
Yeah, I think rarely in the world you will meet people who have so much of money and so much of incredible amount of passion of future in the world. I mean, I truly believe everybody who has money and wealth and are running companies, they definitely has a horizon view of 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Masa is like 300-year plan. And how can you have a 300-year plan? You live in Japan, you definitely have a 300-year plan. Everybody is 100-year-old any which ways.
But how do you plan to balance the Chinese and the Japanese as investors?
I don't think I have to balance them. They are balanced and running successful company when they own 40% in Alibaba. I think they have to put me on their shoulders and happily, likingly. Otherwise, this is not a partnership, and that's it. If I have to go in balancing, then I did a wrong choice. That's the key word.
But you also talk about, Make in India, and you're a big proponent of Make in India, right?
Absolutely.
But with the kind of investors that you have, isn't it more like Make in Indo-China?
I think, let me say this, that India will need equity capital, risk capital. Whether this risk capital comes from China, Japan, or US, we should welcome that. At the same point in time, what we should not give away in this sequencing is our sovereignty, our borders, our data, our controls. Those things should not be. As far as the money is concerned, I think Japan and China have nearly this relationship, or a harsher relationship, because there was a war problem there. But if you notice, Masa was owner of Alibaba of 40%, any which ways, at a time of IPO, which means that you can understand how much, what Chinese would have been going
through. In fact, a lot of Masa's wealth came from selling his Alibaba.
Masa has been proxy ownership of Alibaba as a stock market darling for many years. So I think the answer is business incidentally brings significant amount of understanding of what two countries and countries should do and companies should do. What I can tell you is that we have a clean, clear Indian management, control, systems, and everything else according to law of land. We have a equity capital. That's it.